everyone, and welcome to Shark Dress Gaming, and today we're back with another week of the NPCC. This week we are on Pokemon Showdown, as you can see. Our opponent, Absolute Destruction, who's coach of the Virginia Volcarona, his link will be in the description below, had a little bit of a time constraint with work, so he wasn't able to gen, and we wanted to get the battle done, so we decided just to take it to Showdown, and then next week we'll be back on the game cartridge. But with Pokemon Showdown, we also get to do a team builder, a little in-depth team builder right before the battle, because they're a little bit quicker. So that is a plus. But again, we will be back to the game cartridge next week. So this week, I wanted to bring a lot of my Pokemon, because a lot of them could have done something, but not all of them were able to make it, unfortunately. So we brought what we could. So Landorus is going to be our first one, Brimley the Landorus. We go on Choice Scarf this week. We got Choice Scarf last week and it boned us, but I think this week we'll be just fine with it. I forgot to run over his team quick. I do have it here right in front of me. We have Tapu Fini, Raikou, Ferrothorn, Salamence, which is one of his Z Pokemon, Azelf, Roserade, Emboar, another Zmon, Ambipom, another Zmon, Diancie, and Gliscor. So with my Choice Scarf Landorus, we outspeed everything we can. Because we don't outspeed the Raikou, the Azelf, and the Ambipom if they're max speed and they're Choice Scarfed, but otherwise we outspeed everything this way. I am max speed because of, there's one Pokemon that was like, because that's how I outspeed Jolly Salamence if it's Choice Scarfed. So, there is that. So, we have Earth Power, which is going to be hitting the Raikou, plus it gets the Sand Force boost, and it'll hit Roserade, neutrally it'll hit Emboar super effectively, and Diancie super effectively, and then Ferrothorn neutrally, as well as a lot of other Pokemon for neutral. It won't hit the Azelf or the Salamence, and the Gliscor, but we do have Hidden Power Ice for Salamence and Gliscor, and then as far as the Azelf goes, we'll just have to hit it with like Sludge Wave, which also hits the Tapu Fini, and then Psychic hits, who did I have Psychic for? I guess Roserade. Roserade and Emboar. It hits Emboar as well. So that is our Choice Scarf Timid Landorus. And then we go over to, of course, the leader of the team, good old Excadrill. Life Orb this week, I was going to go Rockium Z, but I ended up using a Z move on a different Pokemon, so we'll see that in just a second. But Earthquake, Iron Head, Rapid Spin, Rock Slide. Rapid Spin in case Gliscor or Ferrothorn set up rocks, or Azelf. Iron Head for Stab, I think. It hits the Diancie 4 times super effectively, now that we need it because we have Earthquake, but just Stab. And then Earthquake will be hitting the same things Earth Power does. And then Rock Slide will hit the Salamence. That's about it. So that's our Excadrill. We outspeed everything, even if it's Scarfed, I believe, with this set. That's why I went that speed amount. If we're in sand, that is. We have to have sand up, because it doubles our speed, whereas Choice Scarf only does it times 1.5. So, there's that. And then we got, of course, Tyranitar to set up our sand. We're max special defense, because he has a lot of special attackers on this team. And then we have Pursuit for the Azelf. In case he wants to lead Azelf, I can lead in with Tyranitar and then Pursuit and knock him out with that, barring the Focus Sash, of course. Stealth Rock, so we can set up our rocks. Thunder Wave, so we can slow down Pokemon. And Roar, so we can roar things in and out on the rocks. And then I also have the red card, so if anything hits me, it gets switched out. So that's good if, like, Salamence starts getting set up, or even Raikou. Oh, I don't know if that... I think red card, you have to make physical contact? No, I think it's just if you get hit. So, Raikou, if it was Calm Minding or something, we could switch out to. So that's the Tyranitar. Not going to be able to do much offensively, but just kind of there to be defensive. And then we have Subi coming back this week. Old Subs is here. Unfortunately, we are in Showdown, so I did bring the Primarium Z to do the special Primarina move to get so that it wasn't working, so you had to block it and it'd be funny. Not that I don't know. I thought it'd be funny to use at some point, because when I drafted this thing, I was like, I'm gonna bring it every week so everybody has to censor it, but I haven't brought it yet, and then we bring it this week with Sparkling Aura to get that Z move off. Ice Beam, Energy Ball, Hidden Power, Fire, so that way we can hit almost everything super effectively. Hit the Phoenix Energy Ball. Raikou, we just hit it hard. Ferrothorn for the Hidden Power, Fire. Salamence, Ice Beam. Azelf, just hit it hard. Roserade, Ice Beam. Embor, and Hinpar Fire, I guess, technically. Embor, Sparkling Aria. Ambipom, we just hit it hard and it's pretty frail as it is. Diancie, Sparkling Aria, Energy Ball as well. And Gliscor, Ice Beam. So we got max defense, a bunch of special attack, modest, with enough speed to outspeed zero speed Embor. Excuse me. I just had a Shamrock Shake, so I'm getting that lactose cough. But yeah, there's the Primarina. And then we're bringing Mothra. It is the Virginia Volcarona, so we have to bring Volcarona with us. Leftovers, Flame Body, really bulky. We have 244 in HP, 244 in defense. Bold Nature with enough speed to outspeed who? Who do we outspeed like this? Somebody. I think that outspeeds Tapu Fini. Neutral speed Tapu Fini. And then we have Fiery Dance, Giga Drain, Bug Buzz, Quiver Dance. So if we can hit Fini with Giga Drain, Ferrothorn, Fiery Dance. Unfortunately, I don't have Hinpar Ice. I would have liked to have it on there, but, 4 moves is all we can have. Bug Buzz for Azelf, Fiery Dance, Roserade, Giga Drain, the Diancie, and that's about it. So we can set up a bunch. After one Quiver Dance, I believe we outspeed everything that's not Choice Scarf. So there's that. Excuse me, I'm going to mute for just a second. Ick. Alright. So, then our last Pokemon, Girafarig. So this was the biggest problem with team building this week. I wanted to bring Xurkitree, because Xurkitree will hit the Fini really hard. We could have Dazzling Gleam for Salamence, or even Hidden Power Ice, Energy Ball, all the good stuff. But I just really wanted to bring Giraffe, and looking at our future opponents, I don't think Giraffe will be able to show up as often, or at all for that matter. So I want to get Giraffe at least one more battle this season. Hopefully I can get him to go positive. But we do have Skeeter back once again, which, if you didn't know, Skeeter is a giraffe that I work with at the zoo that I work at. He's the one that does giraffe feeding, so I've been licked by him many of times. So that's why his name's Skeeter. Otherwise I was going to name him Francis, who's the baby giraffe there, but I just had to go Skeeter. A little backstory to his name. But this week, instead of going max speed, Choice Scarf, or Focus Sash, or anything like that, we're going max HP with Leftovers and Sap Sipper. So Sap Sipper, in case Ferrothorn wants to go for like Power Whip on Subi, the Primarina, or if it just wants to power up the Gorgira or anything like that, we can do that. And then we have 4 speed, because that outspeeds... There's a Pokemon in this team that has 85 speed, and I just wanted to outspeed it if it's min speed. I think it's Roserade, maybe? Or Fini. It might be Fini. I think Fini's 85 base speed. So I put 4 in there just to outspeed anything that's 0 speed invested and has 85 base speed or less. And then we can just be pretty bulky. We have Calm Mind, so we can set up if we need to. We can set up against the Ferrothorn just because we're not fast enough that... Gyro Ball is going to be doing a ton of damage to us, so we can set up on him. Then we have Hidden Power Fire for him. We have Energy Ball for the Fini. And then we have Psy Shock, which will be hitting the Embor super effectively and the Roserade super effectively. I was going to go Psychic, but Psy Shock hits those 2 harder. Plus, it's a stab move. I would have liked to have Hidden Power Ice once again, but we already have Ice Beam and Hidden Power Ice on 2 of the other mons, so I figured we'd have 2 mons with Fire-type moves then, too, for the Ferrothorn, so he can't sit there and body us dead. But that is our team this week, so we're going to hop over to the battle in just a second here, and we'll see how it turned out for us. Stay tuned. You don't have to stay tuned. It's going to be a second. Alright, so you can see his team and my team. My team's a little covered by the play buttons, but you can see that Ferrothorn, Tapu Fini, Gliscor, Salamence, Embor, and Azelf. So no Raikou, which is really nice. I know he was overly preparing for Sand, because when he was talking to me beforehand, I already had the team gen, so it's not like I was changing it when he was talking to me about how he was building. He's like, yeah, I just have nothing for Sand. I'm like, well, I brought Sand, so you're going to need something. But he over-prepared for it. So, expecting either Ferrothorn or Azelf to lead off, I'm going to lead with Volcarona, because Volcarona can take those 2 on pretty well. Both of those do get Rock Slide, so that would be unfortunate if they have it, but let's get into the battle and see what happens. So I do lead that Volcarona. It's looking pretty nice. And then the Azelf comes in, so I'm like, alright, either I can Bug Buzz this thing or I can Quiver Up on it. I'm going to Bug Buzz just in case. He goes for Flamethrower, so that might have been the best move he had for me, or maybe he was expecting to switch. But I go for that Fiery Dance. It's going to bring as of under 50%. I went for Fiery Dance instead of Bug Buzz, just in case he switched. And also, I could get the boost off of that as well. He's going to go for Psyshock now, just do a little bit more. And then the Quiver Dance I will set up here because I figured he wasn't going to be able to knock me out. I might as well set up so that I can get around some other Pokemon if they try and come in. So this turn now, I can go for Bug Buzz. I probably could have went for Fiery Dance, got another boost, and then been looking really nice, but I just went for Stab Bug Buzz. Not sure why. Not sure why now that I mention it. But we're getting those leftovers recovery, so we're back up to 50%, which is nice. Now Tapu Fini comes in. I could have went for another Quiver Dance just to make sure that we can knock this thing out and survive. But I went for Giga Drain. It gives us back HP, so that's probably even better. Brings it under 50% as well. He's going to go for Surf. Won't knock us out. So I'm really glad I brought Giga Drain over Hidden Power Ice now, because now this Fini can't scare us out. I can go for another Giga Drain, and it will knock him out here. So Volcarona already picking up 2 KOs this match, which is real nice. And then his next Pokemon he's going to switch, I believe, is Salamence, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Yes. Now, I could have stayed in. The Salamence probably wouldn't be able to knock me out since we're max defense, but I didn't have anything to hit him because we didn't have Hidden Power Ice. So I'm going to switch into Subi, those Subs, in case he goes for a Dragon-type move. He does go for Earthquake, which doesn't knock us out. So it's going to be a roll possibly next turn, so I'm going to go for Ice Beam and try and knock it out. He does switch into Ferrothorn, though, so I'm like, alright, that's fine. We have Hidden Power Fire. It might not knock him out on me here, depending on his EV spread, but we do get the crit. So Subi picking up a KO. I think that might be Subi's first, if not its second. So, little Sub's doing great here. So now we've already gotten rid of 3 Pokemon, so we have to deal with Gliscor, Salamence, and this Emboar. I'm going to switch out Subi because I'm expecting he might be speed invested and have Wild Charge since he brought it in like that. Otherwise, we do outspeed it. He does go for Thunder Punch, which doesn't have the same output as Wild Charge does with Reckless, but he also doesn't get damage that way. But he's going to be able to switch out because of my red card. I kind of would have preferred that... Oh, actually, no. I was going to say I might have preferred that the Emboar stay in, but it would have been faster and hit me with superpower or something. So we see Earthquake from the Salamence. I'm going to be able to live that because Tyranitar is pretty bulky and it's non-stab. And then I get up the Stealth Rocks. Probably should have just went for Thunder Wave, but I'm going to switch out here because, you know, we kind of need the differential. We're doing pretty terrible in this league so far. So I'm going to switch into Lander so we'll be able to take this hit. And then I can just go for Hidden Power Ice here. If the Emboar switches in, we pop the Air Balloon. And if the Gliscor switches in, then we should be able to KO it from here. So Gliscor does switch in, takes that Rocks damage, and here comes Hidden Power Ice. And that's going to knock him out. Perfect. Bada bing, bada boom. See you later, Gliscor, dude. So, now the Emboar is going to come in once again. I am going to switch out here because I don't want my Landorus going down quite yet. It's going to be quite useful against the Mency boy. So I'm going to bring Gurgira just to sack it off. Unfortunately, not getting that 6-0 this week, but that's fine. I'd rather make sure that I win than get a 6-0, than try and get a 6-0 and then whiff and end up losing. So Sandstorm is going to subside here, which is unfortunate because that means Excadrill won't outspeed now. Not that I really need Excadrill at this point, but Giraffe will outspeed if he's not at max speed. So I go for Psyshock. That's going to knock out the Emboar. Giraffe picking up another KO, so now Giraffe's 2-1. So if I just keep Giraffe alive here, he'll be positive. So that's all I matter. That's all I care about. Salamence is going to switch out back into Rocks once again. And then I will switch into Subi, essentially just sacking it off. If he goes for Dragon-type move or Immune, so that would be nice. But he goes for Roost, getting back up to 100% HP. So I'm like, ooh, that's not great. I'm going to go for Ice Beam, which should knock him out. But he does show the Z move, and it's going to be that Z Tectonic Rage. And that's going to knock out Subi. I'm surprised he didn't go for that earlier, but I guess thought he was going to be able to knock out Tyranitar. But he is Moxie. I didn't notice that he wasn't Intimidate this whole match. I'm like, oh god, he's Moxie. Landorus, you need to be able to one-hit KO this thing. So Hidden Power Ice is going to come through. It won't KO the Salamence. I'm like, oh no, I'm fucking dead, boy! So Dragon Claw comes through. Not enough damage, which he said he knew that, and he was going to Dragon Dance, but he wasn't sure if I was Scarfed or not, and I was, so had he Dragon Dance there, we still would have won, but it got really scary there for a second, because I wasn't sure on the calcs on that, but yeah. We end up picking up the 4-0, which I believe brings us to either -3 or -4. I guess we could check the sheet. Hold on. According to the sheet, we are -3, as you can see down there. And next week we are up against the Green Bay Pikachus and their coach Jacob, as always, who thoroughly whomps us almost every time we battle him. I think I've beat him once. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I beat him in this league, actually. I believe it was. Yeah, I believe I beat him in this league last season. Not that that has any say on what's going to happen in this match, but he can thoroughly body me pretty good. He's a really good battler, so we're going to have to prepare extra hard for him. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we're going to be trying our best for the rest of the weeks here. We got some tough opponents. We got Jacob, as always, next week. We got Merc the following week with the Burger Kinglers. Munchleicester United isn't that team anymore. They dropped out, and I can't remember who took over for them. But that'll be another tough match. We just narrowly beat them at 1-0 last time. Bullet Punch Club, Toronto Blue Jays beat us the first time at 0-1, so we're going to have to try and win that back. And then the Adelaide Agrons, once again, we beat them narrowly by 1-0 last time, and I believe they'll be coming for some blood. So, going to be a tough rest of the season, but we can definitely at least become positive before then. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. And like and subscribe if you have not already. Be sure to go check out Absolute Destruction. Again, its link will be in the description below. And we'll see you guys next time. Stay sharp, everyone, and go Wild Charge.